I've seen a lot of things that I perhaps don't really want to have seen, but it's happened and I've been involved with it, and be it death or trauma, um, and yeah, it's something you got to bundle up and try to deal with in whatever way that is for you as the individual, and move on. 3 Sherpas lost their life on Everest earlier this week or late last week in an icefall collapse. There was a tragedy on Annapurna 2 days ago.
I didn't know you knew about that.
Yeah, well, I knew Noel, and it happens, and that's not to not be sad about it. The most important thing I think that we can, I mean, it's the mountains, the high mountains. There's always a degree of danger. Jazz said earlier, we're very good at risk mitigation, but we can't eradicate risk. Certainly in the big mountains, there's too many variables that we have zero control on. And I'm not saying that it's something that we accept or totally normalize, but it's always going to be there. And what we need to do is learn and move on without forgetting, who those people were and what they did. I know the same happens in big boat sailing. It happens in anything that's got an adventurous theme to it. There is going to be an element of danger, and that's one of the things which is so addictive and so attractive and so alluring of it. It's the thrill that we get. And if we didn't want to partake in these things, well, nobody's making us do these things. We do it partly of our own free will. And I often say, if you're not willing to accept the consequence of the risk, or whatever that risk is, then you shouldn't be debating about whether it's for you or not.
Have you two got a protocol for if anything did go wrong? You must have discussed that. Have you got any sort of thought process as to how you would deal with that?
It's a very interesting question, and beyond life insurance, which is so hard to get for somebody that does what he does. You shuffle up above 5,500 meters. No one's looking at you. Underwriters think you're a lunatic, which probably a fair call. Beyond life insurance, the answer to that question is no.
Success is, in my mind, coming back alive as friends with 10 fingers and 10 toes.